Welcome back guys on my YouTube channel. Today won't be such a long video cause now it's been several 701s that I build, and I continue to build these for many people around the world. So just to let you know, yes, if you come from any other country, you can take your bike to me and I'll be happy to build it. With no further ado, I'll tell you what's different on this build compared to the other builds, and mainly I wanted to show you the graphic design we did. This bike I built for a lawyer based in Milan, and he intends to take part in adventure riding events and light rallies, but he wants to leave house in Milan and travel on the bike to the event because he doesn't have a van or a trailer. So for this reason, certain things we didn't change, like the cap, because he'll be using this as a daily drive. So we kept the cap with the key so that no one can try and steal or pour anything in his fuel tank. Then we got inspiration from the new 901 by Husqvarna, and we tried to recreate the same graphic of the 901, but for the 701, did a matte finish, and I think it looks really amazing, super slick. Clearly then we went for the Selle dalla Valle seat cover, cause since he will have to ride for kilometers and kilometers, the first event he has to drive 300 kilometers almost from home, do the event and go back. So for this reason, we put the Selle dalla Valle seat cover so he'll be more comfortable on the road, especially with here the camel humps where you have the layer of memory foam under here. Then the interesting part that I think you saw already in some build is under the seat, and now I'll show you. Under the seat we changed the airbox with the Rade Garage airbox to have the foam filter, but also we added the toolbox. We added this toolbox so that, since he's a lawyer, probably he'll have to charge many customers on the go, people that crash into each other and want to sue each other during an event. At least here he can swipe their credit cards, or if you are hungry, you can put some Kinder Bueno, or if you're superstitious, you can take your voodoo doll. But anyway, this just shows there's plenty of space. I think this is a very intelligent product because it amplifies the possibility for you to store stuff, so maybe a rain jacket or some tools, or if you're riding on tubes, put a tube because those weigh pretty a lot and they use up quite a lot of space, or obviously you can fill this with condoms. Then you can see we have the twin air filter, the foam filter. The bike OEM has a paper filter. You don't want that if you're going, in muddy situation, you're going through rivers or whatever. This then also is very easy to change. So when you're at an event with the Rade Garage kit, you get 2 foam filters, so it comes really handy and you can order more, meaning that at an event every night you can just swap and put another filter. This, in my opinion, from the experience riding the bike, also improves slightly the performance of the bike, whereas the Kinder Bueno don't improve the performance of the bike. We clearly had to change the Footpegs. We went for the rally replica Footpegs. The 701 has pretty large casing, especially on the clutch cover, meaning that it's very difficult when you have your boot to have your foot fully on the surface of the foot peg. This is why we put the rally replica foot pegs, because in my opinion, this is a necessary upgrade you need to do if you own this or 690 or the Gas 700. Then we wanted to make the bike make a cooler noise, but also look better and make the bike lose some weight. One of the easiest ways to make the 701 lose some weight is changing the exhaust. The OEM exhaust is really massive because it clearly has several homologations. Also, it produces a lot of heat. It doesn't dissipate the heat properly. For this reason, we went with the Arrow exhaust with the homologation. So this exhaust is homologated, comes with papers for road use, meaning it's fully street legal, looks way better, a lot more factory, with the carbon cap and the black. You can also have it in gray. If you're interested in the street legal homologated exhaust for 690 or 701, You can find it on rebelxsports. I'll leave the link in the description because every time a lot of people ask me about this exhaust. It makes a nicer noise, weighs a lot less, dissipates much better the heat, but also changes slightly the power delivery when you open the throttle. But now let's move onto the other side of the bike and I'll explain you what's going on here because there's a lot going on. Here, these accessories I didn't place, they were already on the bike. Here the owner has a smartphone bracket, then has here this Husqvarna accessory. I mean, it should be for a phone, but I wouldn't put my phone here because I think this moves a lot when riding, but you can tighten it by putting the Velcro a bit better. Then here we have the telepass. The telepass is for the highway tolls. It's a little block that you put here, so this actually comes really handy when you're riding the bike. But instead, what we installed is the new Carpe Iter switch. This is the control that lets you move and toggle around the map when you're navigating. If you are in the DMD app, you can then set your roadbook. You can import and take part in many events and have your roadbook and trip master here. With this switch, you'll be able to also adjust the trip master, bring it back and forward and so on. Let me know if you want me to do a specific video dedicated only to the Carpe Iter. This summer I will have a bit more time, so maybe we can go here together in the mountains and I can show you exactly how it works. This switch is connected via Bluetooth to the Carpe Iter tablet. Being Android, you can install any app you desire, any GPX map opener or recorder. You can install a Rally Navigator, so much stuff that you can do, and makes it very versatile because when you're at an event, you can use it as Google Maps if you want. Then load the roadbook. When it's night, maybe end of the first stage, you go to your room, you want to charge it, even though this has double charge. It has one charge here on the bracket with pins and a secondary auxiliary charge, so that if you have inside a SIM card, so that you have 4G all the time, it won't drain the battery and you can even watch Netflix or play video games while you ride, or try and swipe on Tinder as you go through the villages. I believe this will be the future. It makes everything so much easier. All is installed on the rebelxsports nav tower that by now you know very well. This is a street legal, if you want, even TÜV approved rally kit for the 701. It's plug and play, comes with the wiring harness. You already know, but for those that are new to the channel, we have 2 USB quick charge ports, voltmeter display. You can turn it on and off so that there's not always power to the USB ports. On the other side, you have 6-way fuse box with LED error indicator, meaning you can wire all your devices directly on the tower without having to run any power cable to the battery. And in case there's a fault and a fuse breaks, you'll see the red LED indicator turn on. Furthermore, we have this bracket that lets you tilt the angle and move the position up or lower of the tablet, or in case you have a Garmin, you can also install a Garmin or a roadbook, whatever you want. Just you need to know that the roadbook bracket is sold separately. On the front of the tower, we have other holes where we can put back here a RAM mount if we want to put another device or a GoPro or whatever. Everything protected in this windshield that deflects the air to the side of the rider, so makes the 701 much more aerodynamic. The windshield can be removed without the use of tools in case you need to access any wiring. And in front here, we have the space for an emergency bag or a tool bag or a rain jacket. I think this is the ideal setup for Giorgio.
But everybody calls me Giorgio.
Because he has enough space under the seat and here in the front to carry a lot of stuff, because, you know, he'll be going out of Milan and driving to events. We didn't put a rear rack because for now it doesn't feel necessary. Eventually we will put soft luggages on the back, probably Enduristan bags. But now I'll show you another modification we made to the rally kit. On the front of the windshield, You can see we have the headlight mask, which is protected by this stone guard. Everything is sealed, so no dust will get inside the headlight and you'll be able to easily clean it. But we did the upgrade by putting the Baja Design S1 spotlight as the high beam. In this way, when he's on normal roads, on asphalt, and in the cities, he'll have the street legal LED light. But when he's off-road, especially now that summer is coming and he'll be riding at night like in Hard Alpi Tour, he'll have a really powerful light that is not street legal, but if you use it only as a high beam, it's very difficult. You'll encounter problems with the police. Last but not least, we changed the handguard. He had the rigid aluminum handguards with the plastic on. I changed them to the rally, factory rally handguards. These are closed handguards always, but in plastic, and they have this deflector, which helps a lot because it really protects your hand when you have your hand behind it. I see always a lot of debate on handguards. Maybe I might make a video on handguards between open, closed in plastic, and rigid closed handguards, because in my opinion the rigid ones are the most dangerous. I would never put them on one of my bikes. I would always go with these plastic because they can take a hit, maybe they even break, and that's good. If you have a big hit, you want the handguard to break because it means it's absorbing the impact. Furthermore, the rigid one, just even a small fall, they twist your handlebar because clearly all the weight of these bikes, especially the bigger bikes, it goes here on the aluminum and just acts as a lever to twist your handlebars. Something I didn't mention is these mirrors. These can be twisted inside. They're not the double take mirrors. I prefer those. But yeah, these were already on the bike and they're a fine solution. Certainly better than the OEM ones. We're at the end of this video. I hope that even if you're already seen these 701 builds, you like the video and like the new design. This sticker kit design will be available, just slightly different logos because everyone wants different logos on the bike. But stay tuned on the channel because I want to produce a lot of new different content. Maybe it won't make so many views, but it will be fun to film. Starting with one of my dreams that came true and was a hot water pressure washer. There is really little information out there. I tried to reach out to CarShare, I tried to reach out to Lavor, to several brands. No one gave me an answer, but I think it's a very interesting topic because I want to be able to wash bikes just so well that they look like they came out brand new from a dealer. And it would help me a lot if you leave down in the comments below what detergent you use and another info you want to see about my new hot water pressure washer. You're interested in this bike build or other bike builds, or want your custom bike build and you want to see with me which can be the perfect setup for your needs, because everyone has different needs, everyone takes part in different events, and everyone has a different riding skill. Be sure to maybe text me on Instagram and follow me. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!